This is gonna be a weird video to make. Hey guys, my name's Ashwin. This is my channel, and this is not a funny video. This is not going to be something to laugh about. This is a bit more serious, but it's not pessimistic, it's not depressing, it's not going to be anything sad, so you don't need to worry about that. But this is something important I really need to say, because it could help someone watching this. Maybe not you the person watching this, but maybe it could help you out, because this deals with my own experiences with mental health and dealing with it. Because I recently, I mean, I've been going to therapy for like 2 months straight, and like recently I've like almost finished. I'm still taking medication, still doing all that stuff, but yeah, I've finished like a session, like a complete 2 months of therapy. I'm feeling much better, and I want to talk to you about it. So if you don't remember, in July, about mid-July, I made a video which was not a usual video I make. Throughout like the past 2 months or something, I had been extremely low. I'd been going through a lot of things, like extremely stressed out. I'd been feeling much more lonely every day, and it was hard for me. It was really hard, and I just wanted to talk to someone, but I couldn't do it. Like, the only people I could meet in front of me because of the pandemic was my parents, and I just didn't have the courage to talk to them, because I was afraid they would not know what to do, and they would like become upset because of my brain acting weird. And it's like, now I realize like that was the right thing to do, but back then I just couldn't think of it, couldn't think of doing it. And I know a lot of people who have some issues as me. I have a lot of friends who have this issue. They agree. So yeah, I just recorded a video in this drawer. I put my phone over here in this drawer, sat on my bed, and just recorded for like 15 minutes. I was in tears, completely sobbing. I just wanted to let everything out. The video is back up now. You can watch it, and I'll explain the reason why it's back up very soon. So a lot of you responded so positively, and I can't thank you enough. Every single day after that, the only thing I've been doing every day, at least once, I just think of how grateful I am to have people like you to help me out during tough times for me. And like people that I didn't even know well. Like, I'm not gonna say your name. I think you might be watching this. You have watched some of the other videos, and you watched the video which I uploaded on July, and I barely know you. We don't really talk, but you talked to some of my friends, got my parents' number, called my parents. I don't think you didn't call my parents. You texted my parents just to make sure that I'm okay, and I can't appreciate that enough, because you're someone that I don't really know well, but you cared, which is amazing. And that's the kind of attitude people should do. There were many people who wanted to talk to my parents. They texted them, some people called them. They were really afraid for what I would do, and like, they were right, because I was at a very bad mind state. So in the middle of the night, my parents came to me. I wasn't asleep. I was pretending to be asleep so that they wouldn't be worried, and they just tell me, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay," because I didn't want my parents to know. And they were just like, "Your friends sent us messages that you posted a video," and like, I was just like, shit. I didn't know what to do. My mind was just blank. I had no idea, because like, I was happy because like I could actually do something about this, because I'd been suffering from this for a long time, but I did not expect it to be so soon. And I was just in shock. I couldn't sleep well that day. I was just like in shock throughout. The next day, my parents get an appointment with the psychiatrist who my mom like found from some article in a newspaper or some radio interview, something like that. So we went there, and I was so nervous. And like I've been talking a lot with people who have some issues similar to me, and they all shared the same thing. They were too afraid to talk to their parents. Some of them felt like their parents wouldn't understand. Some of them felt like they were just not confident enough to talk to their parents. And I myself was the latter. And I'm telling you, like, obviously I'm not forcing you, but because my whole thing, like, my parents only knew because of my friends, and it was a complete accident. Just like, I didn't mean to do it. So I know that like you might not be ready now, but at some point you have to tell your parents, because they're the ones that know you best. They've like seen you grow up. They know you the best, not your friends, not your other relatives. It's your parents. Your parents know you best. Other than you, the only people who will know you as well are your parents. So talk to them. They can get you help. They can help you out. My parents were very supportive. They were extremely supportive, and I'm super grateful for that. I love my parents so much. Yeah. So we go to the psychiatrist, and I was nervous. I was extremely nervous. I couldn't think of like going to a psychiatrist. Like, it was just like I didn't know what would happen. It was something different. I was scared. They called my parents in. My parents talked to them, show him the video. Meanwhile, I was just chatting with my friends, saying, "Shit, dude, I don't know what to expect." And they were like, "Calm down. It's gonna be okay. Sure, he's a nice guy." And he was. He was a great person. I really enjoy my talks with him. He's really understanding. He's very cool. He's admitted that he also had depression at around my age, and like that's the reason why he wanted to become a psychiatrist. And the first thing he told me was, you can, even though like you didn't want to talk to anyone about this, the way you talk about what you feel is very expressive and like very detailed, like very mature for someone who didn't know they had a mental illness or not. And that's something I've always noticed. Like, I guess it's because I write music and stuff, but like I'm very good with putting my thoughts down emotionally in text, like my emotional thoughts. I can really do that, but like I can explain how I'm feeling usually, like very well. And he was like, if you wanted to become like a doctor or something, you could have 100% become a psychiatrist, because you can really explain stuff well and you can help people out. And him saying that made me realize like that's something I want to do. I want to help people out who have similar problems like me, and that's something I've always wanted to do. I'm in the Health and Mind Club of our school. I've been advocating for mental health even before I was diagnosed with a mental illness. Also, I'm just saying this because like it's been drilled into my head, but I don't like the term mental illness because it sounds super negative. So mental disorder is fine, because like OCD is something similar. It's something occurring with the brain. It's not something bad. It's just something different, and that's the whole thing. So like, I know I also say mental illness at times, but I don't really like saying it. I'm just used to it too much. But one thing I want to just say, like, try saying mental disorder or something else other than mental illness, because that's too negative, and we need to remove the stereotype of mental illness being a bad thing, because a lot of people do have mental illness even though they may not know it yet. You might have a mental illness, you might have a disorder, but it might not be major. For me, in my case, it's major. I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder and a second diagnosis of generalized anxiety disorder. So yeah, that's the detail. I take antidepressants. At first I took Cipralex, which is an antidepressant, and an anti-anxiety pill, which is Xanax. And then eventually, like, the anti-anxiety pill was thrown out, and I just take antidepressants now, Cipralex. That's what I take now. Now, even though I was like happy to be like diagnosed, it was like a sigh of relief, because I was like, okay, it's not something wrong with me specifically, it's just how I am, and like I can fix this. I can like make it right, because I've always had this fear of like I am just pretending to have a mental illness, and like I'm just overreacting, but it's not true, because like even when I try to speak out, people tell me, dude, you're overreacting, it's not that big of a deal, which is again a problem with the stereotype of mental illness, the taboo topic, which we need to remove. It's very important to remove. So the psychiatrist recommended a psychologist in the same clinic, and she was also pretty cool. She wasn't very good at speaking English, like really like fluent, but she spoke English just because I'm more comfortable talking about my feelings in English, which I really appreciated. Like, she went out of her comfort zone just to help me out. So like, yeah, that's something that, like, it's a small detail, but it really meant a lot to me. And I had this thing called CBT. Not what you think it is. It's I forgot what it's exactly. It's something therapy. Cognitive, I forgot what B is. Cognitive something therapy. It's CBT. I had those sessions like once a week, and she just talked to me, and like we like figured out all like the issues I have, and she like helped me out. She gave me like relaxing exercises, like just like how to relieve my stress, and it really helps me out. Like whenever I'm just like having a panic attack, I just like I go through those exercises. It helps me out a lot. And like over time, I've just become much better, much stronger emotionally. I'm just so much better, and that's why this video is being made. So again, back to the first day, my doctor asked me, so did you remove that video where you were talking about this thing? It's like, yeah, I wasn't comfortable with it. It's like, okay, that's understandable. Put it back once you're better. And I was like, okay. I didn't say anything, but I was like confused. Like, it's a very negative part of my life. But like, he was like, you can see yourself at your lowest point and realize how far you've come, and you can make other people realize that too. If you go back to that video, I know it's a hard video to watch, but it's like, that was me at my lowest point, and it was me being almost suicidal, kind of suicidal, and now I'm just so much more better, and I'm just so happy to like be in a better mind state, and happy that I can provide help to you. One thing I realized during these therapy sessions is that I'm not the only one. I have so many friends who are going through issues same as me, and unfortunately some of them don't even realize it, and the ones who do are too nervous to take the next step, like I was, to like go into therapy, to talk to their parents. Too nervous for that. And I get that, but I really recommend you, if you want to talk to someone, you can talk to me. I have experiences with all this. I really want to use it to help someone out who is in need, so you can always talk to me. I plan to work a lot more into mental health. I recently changed a lot of what my mixtape was, Project Animus. I changed a lot of it to make it a bit more focused on mental health, and it's kind of like how I was. It's a lot of like how I was, and it's a very emotional album now, and I'm happy with that, and I want to help people out. I'm right now working on a podcast with other Health of Mind Club members, and we're going to talk about different ways of getting your well-being much better, getting your mental health much higher. And like right now I haven't like revealed that I have been diagnosed publicly, but I plan to do so, maybe in that podcast, maybe somewhere else. I plan to do that very soon. So yeah, that's all there is. This in October, this Mental Health Awareness Week, so I wanted to make this before that. Yeah, this is all I have to say. Thank you for watching all of this. If you want to talk to me about anything, you can talk to me. I am always happy to help.